Hello, everyone, and happy Wednesday. Welcome back to another fantastic episode of the Stogie Society podcast. This is episode number 94. I am Stephen of Epicurean Smokes and the Stogie Society podcast. We have our esteemed panel of leaf-loving enthusiasts, including Frank of Texas Cigar Society, Randall of Scope Session, and the downest foo with the highest socks, Ugo of Ugo Smokes. Before we jump on into our show, I want to give a quick shout out to our podcast sponsors, Luxury Cigar Club and Above the Level Construction. Luxury has a phenomenal selection and those great monthly packs. We really enjoy our monthly platinum pack. We still have that first time 15 code for first timers to Luxury, excluding subscription boxes. Our other sponsor, Above the Level Construction, for Southern California demolition, block wall, and concrete work, including retaining walls. Check out that information bar below for their contact info if you're interested. We have two giveaways this evening, one sponsored by our guest that we're about to introduce, and one from Frank of Texas Cigar Society. Tonight, we are joined by Jamond Hackley, founder of Definition Cigars. From his roots in Northern Virginia and a career in logistics to build Definition Cigars in Texas, Jamond has turned family influence and a belief in defining your own cigar experience into a growing brand with a story behind every blend. Jamond, welcome to the Stogie Society podcast.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, the rest of the team. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Thank you.
Love it. And we are all enjoying a variety of Definition cigars this evening.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to start with their cigar and their pairing?
I can do mine. So I am smoking the Kinsman. This is I think this is one that the community made. A group of customers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Processing and creating this very special cigar. The wrapper is passion, binder is loyalty, filler is gratitude, but wrapper is actually Mexican San Andres, binder is Nicaraguan, and filler is Nicaraguan in Indonesia.
Yep.
But I like the first one better. First one was way better.
Yeah.
And I'm pairing it with two things that probably should not go together, but it's a boozy iced coffee and
pantalones.
Mm-hmm.
That's Matthew McConaughey's. Got to stick to Texas.
Baby. All right.
all right.
Very nice. Randall, you want to go?
Yeah. So I'm actually smoking the Nor Connecticut with the beautiful purple banding on here. And this is an Ecuadorian wrapper, Nicaraguan binder filler. And it was a closed foot before I lit it up. It's closed foot. Burning fantastically. It's a great Connecticut. I've only had your kind of, I think the only other cigar I've had from Definition is the Pig Maduro, and I loved it.
Okay.
So this is my first one of your lighter, quote unquote, lighter offerings, but it's exactly how I like my Connecticut's. It's a little bit more on the spicy, it's fuller. And I'm just drinking sparkling water so that I can get the full effect of the cigar here.
Right on.
Very nice. Well, I am working on what I believe to be the Prolific BP.
That's the Prolific Maduro.
Oh, this is the Prolific Maduro. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. And I really love the size. What is it? Is it a 6.5 54?
6.5 by 50 Sublime. Yep, 6.5 by 54. Yeah.
One of my favorite sizes. I love that.
Yes, mine too.
Excited. It's my first time trying this one. And so I've got my water and I pulled out some. Always try to bring something interesting to the show. And I know that we have some scotch drinkers in the live chat. And so I brought out the Oshantoshan. This is the American oak variety, and it is matured in first and second fill bourbon casks. I bring this one out because it's a fairly budget offering that is a very, very nice scotch. So I thought I'd introduce the audience to that.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Nice.
How about you, Ugo?
Awesome. And I think I have the counterpart of that Maduro.
Sure. Yep. Yep.
Habano wrapper or Connecticut? Not sure.
It's Habano. It's Habano from Ecuador.
Awesome. And I'm pairing it with a bourbon and Coke.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Jamond?
So I am smoking the Gin 413 Maduro, 6 by 54 San Andreas. Mexican wrapper, binder, HVA binder, and the filler of this is Ometepe, Pueblo Nuevo, Mazatepe, and Condega. And I am pairing it with a new product by a brand partner of mine, Cazadores, pineapple. So I'm not very big on infused tequilas, but they dropped it off for me to try today, and it's not half bad.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
The price is great.
Price is great. Yeah. And it's Randall, I don't feel and drink it like I'll get sick tomorrow. So that's very important.
Well, earlier, so right before the podcast, I was drinking some Four Roses single barrel. So, you know.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
100%. Yeah.
Price wasn't as good, but I mean, it's not bad.
Right. So we're just sipping.
Very nice. We're just sipping. Yeah. Very cool. Well, I'm so happy to have you on. You know, I've met you a couple times at PCA.
Absolutely.
And, so this has been a long time coming. We've gotten to do one interview, you know, almost, gosh, it's probably been about 2 years.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. And so it's been a long time since I've gotten to catch up with you. But I think for our audience, I'd really like to kind of give them a picture of who you are from early on. Your family, your life, your origins. You know, who is Jamond Hackley?
Yeah. Came from humble beginnings, close-knit family, you know, Sunday dinners, that sort of thing. But like many of us, a rambunctious kid, got into shit, you know, like we all did. Had to go to church every Sunday, you know, with the way my upbringing was. You could, even as I got older, you can do whatever you want to in high school days, but your ass was going to church on Sunday. So that was kind of it. My grandparents were a big part of my upbringing, and living with them, and that's kind of where the passion for tobacco and cigars specifically came from, and growing up in that household. But yeah, everything was family, neighborhood. I grew up in a neighborhood where if someone down the street saw you doing something bad, they had the autonomy to whip your ass, and then would call up to the house to let them know what happened. So yeah, very, very humble beginnings, and didn't have a lot, but we had food every day, and you know, had clothes on our back. But yeah, that was me.
All right.
Very nice. So how do you
Didn't have a lot, but had enough.
There it is. Yep.
How do you move into your first career? So I understand cigars are not the first career, right?
Yeah, Stephen. So my grandfather was a professional truck driver, and that's what put food on the table, that industry. So I went to college, university, to major in radio and television broadcasting. Wanted to be, you know, didn't want to be like a Stephen A. Smith, but you know, like a Maud Rashad. Ernie Johnson was an early guy that I really admired. And all of you know, maybe you don't, but back in the day, the NBA specifically wasn't how it is now, where there was a league pass or you can find an NBA game every night. In the Washington, D.C. area, either the Bullets were on or the Atlanta Hawks were on TBS. They were always on, kind of similar to the Chicago Cubs, WGN, no matter what market. And that was Tid Turner, in terms of TBS, was a pioneer in that. So always got to hear Ernie Johnson, you know, early on. So that was kind of it for me. But transition from that and kind of went back to what I knew subconsciously, Stephen. Honestly, being around trucks and trailers with my grandfather, I got into the industry, and man, all this stuff was like, you know, English. You know what I mean? I just spoke it and I just knew it. So had some success with that knowledge of being a kid, and fast track through the companies that I would work for, and had executive level roles, and it was fun. It was fun. It was fun.
Very nice, very nice. And through that time of your life, are you smoking cigars? Is that even on your mind?
Not at all. Not at all. Not into the early part. I would say probably halfway. Because I always wanted to get in or just enjoy a premium cigar. That's what my grandfather did. But 21, 22, 23, 24, there was other things that I were pursuing that smoked. So the tobacco necessarily wasn't on the clip, but around 25, 26, I start getting into premium tobacco.
Nice. And I think you mentioned your grandfather. I think there's a little more of a story there, isn't there?
Absolutely. I mean, Stephen, my first experience with a premium cigar was by me stealing it from my grandfather. So him being a truck driver, he's out of town, and like, man, granddaddy sits around and has a Pabst Blue Ribbon or moonshine, whatever he's feeling at the time. And, we sitting around, and I wanted to experience what my old man experienced. And I grabbed one of those Thompson mail order double Maduros that are, man, like death in a cigar, right? And I grabbed one of those out of his humidor in his room. And man, I run to the backyard, Stephen, grabbed a knife out of my grandmother's drawer and went down there with a book of matches, and I'm gonna get to it. And it got to me. I got sick, obviously, and thinking that I could smoke, and had to tell on myself. And the rest is kind of history. I didn't get an ass whipping, but my grandmother told me that I was gonna have to tell my grandfather, and he didn't do it in front of me, but I bet you he walked somewhere when I told him, and had a laugh, because I was his guy. All the other grandkids, they can tell you, they can speak about it, but me and my grandfather were close. So I'm for sure he had a chuckle about it.
Also, just so it's not confusing to anybody out there, just in case it is, when you were talking about 21, 22, all that was ages, not years.
Correct.
Yeah, because you started Definition in 2019. I just wanted that to be, I wanted that to be clear, to just in case anybody just tuned in. You were talking about, in 22, 23, whatever, that just so go ahead.
No, great point, Randall. Yep. That was age, not year.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. So as it kind of moves forward in your mind a little bit into your later 20s, what does that look like for you?
Yeah, later 20s. You like many of us, based upon your financial situation, you start doing things differently. So I had that recreational income to say, man, it's time to check this out, and starting to get into tobacco, starting to understand the camaraderie around just what smoking a cigar is about at that point in time. And for me, I didn't know what I didn't know at that point. Stephen, I'm not necessarily all the way into what I'm smoking, but I know this is something that I recognize, and I know this is something that I find myself doing around people that I enjoy at that point in time.
Are you at this point kind of getting into going to cigar lounges? Are you enjoying smoking at home? What's the location for you?
Yeah, it's going to lounges. So I was living in Columbus, Ohio at the time, and my barber invites me out to come out, and cigars were involved. And I'm like, yeah, this feels like home, So I go, and those guys have been smoking, used to being a part of their community, and they invited me in, and I'm like, yeah, this feels good. So yeah, I'm in the lounge phase, next to the pool phase, that sort of thing.
So your first cigar got you sick. Was it a gap between that, your first cigar, and then that invite out? Were you
Oh
like,
yeah,
okay,
Randall, 18 years.
18
So
years
my
different.
first,
Wow.
so my first cigar, and I didn't clean the story up appropriately. I'm a kid when I decide to enter into the realm of thievery. So yeah, I'm 9 years old when I do this.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm a little badass that had to try what my granddaddy was doing. So that was the experience that I had. So yeah, it was on down the line. Obviously, I'm an adult now. When I are kind of navigating it.
Okay, so you were in your like maybe later 20s, and you were like, yeah, I could probably do this now. This is probably fine now.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I always get curious
Yeah.
because a lot of people run into that nicotine sickness, and what makes me curious about it. Any first experience with anything, if you get sick, you would think you'd never do it again. You'd be like, yep, not for me. But
Sure.
a lot of us will go. I always get curious, what makes you go again, try it again, right?
Yeah.
So that cleans it up a little bit. You were like 9 years old. So
Yeah. And Randall, there's levels to understanding it as you continue to be more invested in our industry and in our community. You navigate that nicotine sickness. Like, man, it still happens to me now, especially when I'm at the factory and we're kind of pounding and we're smoking this raw tobacco and different vitolas. Man, I'll go out into the kind of the lobby area, and I'll lay on that damn couch and wait till I can get my life together sometimes, because it still happens. But for the most part with cigars and Randall, I'm assuming, but I think this, like, when you're out smoking and that sort of thing, you're able to manage that a little bit. You know what I mean? With whether it's say, hey, I need a water, or man, let me let the cigar rest for a minute. But some of the time at the factory, that beast will get on your ass.
well, yeah, I think we'll all, no matter what stage we're at in this lifestyle, we'll all every once in a while make that mistake. It's 95 degrees outside, but you want a Churchill and you want it to be strong. And yeah, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I got a little bit nicotine sick. I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
So absolutely.
Yeah. Especially when you only had an Egg McMuffin that morning. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah.
So where do we go from here, where this part of your life leads into the next?
Yeah. Leave Columbus, Ohio, smoking, enjoying it. And, the every Tuesday and Thursday, or the subsequent weekend, where the fellas are like, man, come through. We're watching football or whatever, casual smoker, but really enjoying it. And then I moved to Dallas, Texas in 2011. And at this point, Stephen, I'm about 30 years old at this point. Moved to Dallas, Texas. And from that experience and moving to a new city, And I've replicated this 4 or 5 times now. So the first thing I do is go to the cigar lounge, the local cigar lounge near my residence, because I don't know nobody. And that is, from my experience, that's community.
Right.
So that's what I do. I go to my local cigar lounge here in Dallas and meet some guys. And within 4 to 6 months, I was fully assimilated to the city, knew where to go, knew where not to go. Had guys that I believed that I could call on if it was in a bind and that sort of thing. And that's what our community is. So my landing here into Dallas was a soft landing. And it was all around me being an enjoyer of tobacco, like those guys were. Oh, you just moved here? Well, what part of town you in? Here's where you need to go to eat. Here's where you don't need to go. Here's what you need to do. Hey, did you know there's a club up? Man, I got the full kit and caboodle. And for any of you guys that have moved somewhere, I'm for sure you have similar stories. Or even if you travel for work or whatever, you go to the local cigar lounge and you'll find the best restaurant and the worst restaurant all in the same conversation.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So how do you know at that point that you're making a better decision than Frank to be in Dallas and not San Antonio?
Man, I honestly don't know, Steven. I'm still on the fence of things, right? I'm an East Coast kid, you know what I mean? And I'm in the Southwest, and I'm in Texas. Like fellas, I mean, when I first got here, and coming from the East Coast, yeah, Columbus is Midwesty, but it's a little bit of a transient city. So when I come here, not that I was an asshole, but because the Texas and the Southwest is different from the Washington, D.C. area. Like, I'm like, why is this person holding the door open for me? What's this dude's angle? You know what I mean? Like, man, let the door go. You know, I'm walking down the street or walking to the office and somebody just says hello. You know, not that I was an asshole again, but I'm like, I don't know you. So when I first got down here, I was leading two teams. I took a promotion, leading 2 teams of about approximately 65 people. And while I was good at my job, I didn't necessarily understand the culture of Texas. So, for lack of a better words, they sent me to sensitivity training when I got down here it was like, hey, you're doing great, but Texas is different, and we want you to spend a week at this symposium type of situation. It's groups, and then there's individual breakouts and all this stuff. And the whole sole purpose was for me to understand this Texas culture was different from, that DC, Maryland, Virginia, from where I came from. So I had to learn that. And so that being here, you're kind of like, man, I'm coming out here, I'm gonna get fired. Because I'm not, culturally a part of what Texas is, but I was able to adapt and understand that, and I grew from that as well.
Beautiful. And Frank, have you lived anywhere other than Texas?
No. Texas was where I was born, but I was from a little small town, like a border town. So like moving to San Antonio was a difference. But it's still the same holding the door, yes ma'am, yes sir, morning and all that stuff. Like I'm so used to it now. Like I literally will hold the door for like 8 people, and my wife's like, "Hey, I'm already done shopping."
Me too.
I'm holding the door open for people. But
that's me.
The way it is now here.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I moved abroad, and I think it was kind of such a a known issue that when people from certain parts of the U.S. would move out of country, that maybe they weren't as cordial as folks who lived locally. And so I moved for school, and so the university had an orientation session for us, and part of it was kind of reminding us common courtesy.
Yeah.
Hi, hello, how are you when you enter a new space? And one of the things that was kind of specifically brought out was like on like cab rides. There was not really good public transportation, but they were like big taxi vans, and so that was like common way to get around town. And they specifically reminded us, like, make sure to greet people when you get into the van. You'd be considered very rude if you didn't do that.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it seems totally logical now.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. And so where does the first thought for what becomes Definition Cigars, where does that come into play?
At no point through the cigar journey and enjoying tobacco until one specific act. So at this point in time of when this particular act has happened, now I'm diving in, understanding a little bit more what I like to smoke, what resonates with my palate. So I'm a little bit educated. At that point in time, I thought I was shit. Talk to me about cigars, but I didn't know shit. At this point in time, I'm understanding what I'm smoking, and I go to an event, and not to make the story too long or whatever, but a guy is, for lack of better terms, just not kind, not being good. Go to an event like you guys have probably been to. I make a purchase. I get 2 or 3 raffle tickets. I'm waiting for the raffles to happen. And this particular rep had some friends in the lounge, and we were about 8, 9 guys deep because we liked the brand. But we were going to go to another after-hour spot to have cigars and chill on their patio. And the raffles was supposed to be at 9 o'clock. It got to 9:30, got to 9:45. You asked the question. Yeah, just 1 minute, just 1 minute, just 1 minute. Okay, cool. So at around 10 o'clock, we left to go to the other place. And as you guys know, cigars are a community because you're all not sitting together. I know the guy that's across from me sitting with his friends. His friends know us. It's just what it is. And man, we hadn't gotten a good 5 minutes on the highway, and the guy, our friend, gives me a call and says, "Hey man, I think this guy waited until y'all left to do the raffles." I'm not going to put that on him. Never had the conversation, but the appearance of it was what it was. And the next day, inside of a lounge, people start throwing shit against the wall. And for me, it stuck a little bit, especially in my travels in the logistics world. I had met people in different lounges by this time, and had never wanted to pursue it. But I said, what the hell? Let's try one cigar.
Very nice. And what is I think we have a question in the chat.
Okay.
That maybe it'll be addressed here about your favorite type of tobacco to work with.
Yeah, it is Nicaraguan tobacco is my favorite tobacco to work with.
Nice.
Any specific region or just in general?
Randall, you want me to give up my secret sauce?
I know that's what you're known for. You're known for being like, yeah, just keep it at that and move on. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I would tell you, I really enjoy working with Condega tobacco.
Okay.
Condega.
Yeah.
How would you describe Condega tobacco characteristic?
for me, Frank, it can be a conduit for accentuating strength, or it can be a conduit for accentuating mild to medium. Used appropriately, it can really bring out some really dope things in however you choose to blend. It's a very great complementary tobacco because of its natural origin of being that. And this is for folks who are watching the show, but Condega really smooths out things. It is a smooth tobacco. It is a tobacco that is so versatile. I like working with it.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah, Nicaraguan's awesome.
Yeah. Also, to segue off of that, very important question here.
Okay.
I call these bands the lingerie bands because they remind me
Sure.
of
Sure.
yeah, bro.
Sure.
Yeah, I recently got married, so I'm pretty fresh on my-
You're pretty familiar with taking off a garter band, right?
Yeah.
It's like, this feels familiar.
Yeah. So yeah, how
Was
does
that kind of the same?
come about?
Was that kind of the same thing that you were thinking of that way when you take off that band on the cigar? It's like when you're with your lady and
Man, hey Frank, man, real shit. It was it's organic. Why? It's organic. Why was how do we set this one cigar apart from everything in here? You got to think. My goal. I was very happy working in the industry that I was. The goal was to make a cigar based on someone being a dick and wanting to do events and treat people the right way. Like, people spend hard-earned dollars and money to come out to a cigar event and to make their purchase and to be kind of treated with not kindness. Man, that was the goal. Frank, real shit. There was no 2026 and me being on episode 94 with you guys. Man, that was not it. Wanted to just, man, present a cigar for the community and to treat people the right way. So the band idea came from wanting to stand out in the humidor. How do we get people to try the cigar? You guys know, man, there's a ton of attention and time that's put into the packaging that goes into the retail shop. And for us, didn't have this huge budget for that. I put all my money into the tobacco to ensure that it was a cool cigar. And we just wanted you to try a cool cigar at $10 in 2019. Our margins at the time were slim, but they had to be what they were. After importer expenses and travel and that sort of thing. Obviously, we didn't have tariffs then, because a $10 premium cigar in 2019 is completely different in 2026, as you guys know. So, man, we had some ways to focus and to activate, and we took advantage of that, Frank. And we said we want to separate, and we hope that a cigar smoker may want to try us based on this new look for a cigar. And that was the thinking. And the cigar community supported us. The city of Dallas, Texas, initially supported us because we were nowhere else but here. And then, everything else kind of took off from there. You make um, different blends, and you're able to put different color bands on it. So it creates this, as Hugo said. Now we got, hey, let me take the panties off the cigar. It's that time of the night. You know what I'm saying? We got all these cool things that going on. People wearing them and everything. Yes, we out here killing it, and like, okay, I'm with it. You know, it's selling. So yeah, it was just cool how what the band ended up representing for the person smoking the cigar.
Yeah, I'm
That's
glad
amazing.
you were originally an East Coast guy, because I actually, like I said, I tried your cigar, the Pig Maduro. I found it in the shop, and I was curious, but I've seen it online. I've seen it circulating Instagram and different things.
Right.
And I was like, oh, let me give this a shot. And I tried. It was like, oh, I like this. And now,
Yeah,
like a lot of people, I don't know if you've been reading the comments. A lot of people have been saying
I
that purple
haven't.
band. Okay, well, a lot of people are saying, oh, that purple band Noir Connecticut is fantastic. And I agree with them. It's my new favorite Connecticut, because it's exactly, I don't want a Connecticut that if I puff it too fast becomes
There it
ammonia.
is.
I don't want it to, like,
Uh,
if I puff it too slow, I don't taste anything. This one right here,
Right.
this is hitting, man. I'm a fan.
Yeah. Man, Randall, I always say when someone asks me about it, and not diving into, you know, Banda, Tripa, all of those things of the cigar, when they're just asking about the tobacco, I typically keep it at, this is not our grandfather's Connecticut. This is this one is going to give you flavor. It's going to give you a little bit of an experience.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
Amazing. So as you're going through this process for the first cigar, I'd imagine that probably revealed that you didn't know what you didn't know.
Correct.
Can you talk to me about that process?
Yeah. Hey, Stephen, it was, if it, so we all know or have experienced opportunities where a negative can really just be a positive. So 6 months into production of the very first cigar, the cigar is no longer a part of the line, and that was my decision to not replicate the blend, because that experience and that energy was just for that. But our first manufacturing partner, I truly believe, looked at me and said, this guy won't be here in 6 months. So we make a blend together, and that's a whole nother experience of being chaperoned around Nicaragua at that time. But I believe that the manufacturer had thought that, well, this guy's here. He has the money. We've allowed him to be a part of the process. He's learned something. So we're going to do the first batch this way. And then when the reorder happens, we're gonna save money for the factory, and we're not going to do exactly what he asked for. So 6 months in, run the first batch. Surprisingly enough, cigar does well in the Dallas community. A really good friend of mine owned a lounge in Atlanta, Georgia, and based on our friendship, was like, hell yeah. We put a cigar in the lounge. It starts doing well in a city like Atlanta. So within a 6-7 month period, Stephen, like, this cigar is like, oh shit, it's become a thing, right? So me being from the logistics world and understanding financials and business and that sort of thing, man, like, I'm like, okay, man, I gotta forecast and I gotta look at this differently. So that first batch probably moves a little bit faster than expected from the manufacturer side of things, and the next batch, same wrapper, but now that I know what I know now, I believe that they had chose to use binder and put it on top instead of binder being what it was, from what I know now, because we lost combustion control. We had issues, but because it happened early on, we had the opportunity to rebound and use a different manufacturer that still allowed me to fully be a part of the process. That's me. I'm a A-type person, and we were able to save our name as Definition Cigars, and here we are. But that happened very early on, and I know you guys probably have talked to people, and maybe you even have guys on the show that know some of the horror stories that can happen, but not staying close.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So I did see a question, and I guess kind of brings it up. With what you were saying, what was the flagship Definition cigar?
Yeah,
Is it still in
the
production?
first. It is not. It was called Nobility. Coming from the experience that we had, it was only right for the first cigar to be something in that spectrum, Frank. Noble people, doing things right, being someone who thinks about others, all the things that encompasses the word noble. That's what the first project was. But no, I still know the blend. I have it, but because of that and where the universe has taken us, that blend just lives where it lives at.
Gotcha. Real quick before we continue on, guys, we're gonna go ahead and promote the giveaway. Jamond, you're doing a giveaway. Is that correct?
Yep. We're gonna do a. I had told Stephen earlier today, we were gonna do a 3-pack giveaway. We'll do a 5-pack giveaway of the 5 newest Definition cigars. Is what's in my mind. I will give you guys autonomy. Whomever is the person chosen to win, if they are aware of the Definition line, I will give them 5 of whatever they want.
Ooh, awesome. Okay, cool.
Very
That's
nice.
awesome. All right, so make sure you get the hashtag, guys. It's DC giveaway. The way it's spelled there, capitals don't matter, right, Hugo?
That's right. Capitals don't matter. Or as we educated folks say, caps not sensitive.
And what do you think caps is abbreviated from? I mean, so I just want to know. Anyways,
Well, capitals.
This ongoing
yeah.
feud.
Man, you guys are funny as hell.
So yeah,
Well,
definitely make sure y'all get those hashtags in. It's going to be a great prize, and thank you again, Jamond, for doing that.
Yeah.
Man,
And,
thank
we'll
you
do it later
guys,
on the
man.
show,
It's
and
awesome.
you have to be present. You have to be present.
You have to be
Boom,
present.
that part.
US
Yeah.
US addresses only. Also, we're not shipping to
Yeah, we're not.
Man.
Yeah.
Hey, Hugo, if it's somebody somewhere else, I need somebody to send me a Zelle for those shipping charges, bro.
So yeah, we're keeping it continental US. I'm sorry, Hawaii and Alaska, you're out this time around.
The
Puerto Rico is good though. Puerto Rico
Jamond-
because it goes straight.
Jamond, what's been the one you've been hitting the most recently of your lines? What's the one that you just been smoking the most, or do you just go through and pick your color? Or what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a mood smoker, Randall. I'm
Same.
really a mood smoker. The Anillo is something that rests on my heart in a different way. For the reason of what that cigar and that blend has done for the company. It kind of really represented change and represented growth for us. So I enjoy that. The Newark, Connecticut is a cigar. I never really enjoyed Connecticut, and I made that, and the response to it, and I just love it. I really enjoy that. And then the Gen 413, I smoke that frequently, just because of the why of me making that cigar.
Nice.
Nice. So, a question. Going back to the bands themselves.
Yeah.
What color? What goes through your mind when you say you have the blend, and
Sure.
now you have to think of a color code? Like,
Yeah.
I'm from the old school electronics world, like the color codes with the resistors. And all that
Yeah.
stuff. So, like, what is your mindset going into, like, you already have the blend now? What color are you going to put on these cigars? Is there like a
Yeah.
or is it?
No, man, Frank, great question. Everybody always ask it differently, but man, you ask it, man, in the way it should be asked. The band color is in concert with the story. So what we do at Definition Cigars, man, we don't upset the cigar gods. We keep the tobacco about the tobacco. We start there. And when I come across something that resonates in a way, then it becomes about how this cigar makes me feel. Where am I at? And from there, in respect to the tobacco, then we start building up from there. What's the story behind the why? And I honestly believe like cigars for me are celebration. Every time I have the opportunity to smoke a cigar, I am celebrating, man. Because that's who I found my grandfather to be. He always had a cigar in his mouth at birthdays and Christmas, and when somebody would come over and just have a shot with him, like my grandparents' house was that house. My grandfather's name was Jamond Hackley, and the people in the neighborhood would say, "Hey, it's Thanksgiving. I had to come have a drink with Mr. James," and that was, I mean, you had people coming in and out. Hey, Mr. James, come to have the Thanksgiving drink or come to have the Christmas drink. So cigars were that's what I watched. I watched him smoking in celebration of something. So, and now having the opportunity to put cigars into our community, that's my thought process, Frank. So you build the cigar, you honor what that opportunity is, right? And then you go from there, and you smoke, and you think about the tobacco, and where does this sit at? What do we give this tag, name, or what is the energy? And then sometimes, Frank, there is a story specifically to the band, and sometimes in our line, the band is simply a compliment to the tobacco. So the band is completely the end of story.
Do you mean
Go
like
ahead,
a
Randall.
marketing? Do you mean like a marketing person would say, "Man, that purple would really pop off that Connecticut"?
Man, no. Honestly, Randall, and I can feel good about saying this even now that the bands are a thing. It's never a marketing ploy. It's more so of this is what the customers and consumers of our product are looking for, and what band makes sense. So a recent cigar, the Pivot, Now that had a specific story behind the color band because it spoke to the rest of the story of the cigar. And as I said, it's a mixed thing, but we always want people to focus on the tobacco and the time spent there. The bands are cool, and I'm so blessed by people loving the bands, but not all the time does the band attach to the story of the cigar. Sometimes it is about the energy from the cigar, the story, and the band. So case in point, the Prolific that Steven and Hugo are smoking, it's a yellow band. So you say, okay, Prolific, that cigar is specific, no pun intended, to the definition of the word prolific. And being prolific, you shine, you're bright, you're doing something at a high level.
Oh, I see.
That's like the sun. That's like being bright. So yellow, flag yellow is what that particular color is called, associates itself with that particular cigar.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Not getting too nerdy or too scientific, but yeah, those are the thought process. Everything's intentional though. Everything's intentional.
Good. Yeah, so someone also was just mentioning the Big Iron. That one is a really good cigar.
Oh man, cool.
Is that
yeah?
Habano? What is that?
It is Habano. It is Habano, Randall.
Okay.
Yep.
It's from LACC.
Yeah.
I thought the band was white, but like looking at it now, it's like a little bit of a iron color. So I guess
it's a Carolina blue.
Yeah, it's silver. It is actually silver. So if you guys have heard the backstory of the Big Iron and Frank, you may have saw the packaging. There's this guy that is. So the original character is a white gentleman that's a cowboy. Mm-hmm. We kind of put our own touch, and it was kind of a nudge to the people who are so sensitive. We turned that cowboy into what was supposed to be a black cowboy, but I think his dad was black and his mom was Mexican, and that's what he came out to look like. You know, the guy on the packaging really looks Mexican American. So, you know, we had fun with that project. Man, people take things so serious, you know, and we had fun with, you know, the backstory of it. You know, there's a whole song for that Western and everything. And we wanted to have fun with that. A 6.5 by 60 by Tola. That was round that wasn't your typical 60 because we didn't pack it full of filler. We did I did an appropriate binder for it so there was still smoke premium and didn't smoke budget. So just a lot of cool things, intricacies about the cigars, which is what Definition Cigars, what we try to offer the industry.
Yeah, and if anybody's curious, that song's by Marty Robbins. It's actually really good.
Right.
Yeah,
right on. Yeah. It is. Yes, Randall, it is.
So that's really cool.
Yeah. In fact, when I posted that mine, I put that song on there, the Big Iron.
Yeah. Just a cool thing, and we did a little video for it. So the folks that follow LACC and are curious about the whole story, man, those guys are about the right things, and they support everybody too, man.
Yeah, they're good guys.
Yeah.
So I know you have. Is this like the first collaboration you have with a shop, or do you have more collaborations with other shops?
Yeah, the very first one was with a local shop, Industrial Cigar Company, here in Frisco, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
We did a 5 by 54 Figurado for them. That's called the Cold Summer, Frank. and that was the very first one. And man, really, man, Frank, like those things are different. For me, those things they have attachments to them, man. As much as I love cigars, again, I respect the opportunity to make cigars. So you never want to do things haphazardly. So we did that for them. LACC
You got 4-9
asked
coming up too,
about
right?
doing that. Yep, I'm getting there. And then a shop in Charlotte, North Carolina. We have great history with them. Tailored Smoke, and we did a lounge exclusive for them. And this Friday, we will release what is called the Winchester at 4-9 Cigars.
Nice.
So
Can't wait for that one.
Very cool.
how do you figure out your blends for? I mean, you do a lot of really cool, interesting vitolas. Like you have box press Salomones,
See,
that the Maduro Pig. It's a 460, right? And it's like a Perfecto.
yeah, 425/60.
Oh, 425/60. So, do you think like obviously you think blend first, but do you like smoke a lot up and figure out what's a good vitola for this, or how does that come about with your interesting vitolas you come out with?
Yeah. So Frank, the pig, for instance, was originally. I mean, excuse me, Randall.
No, you're good.
The pig, for instance, was originally Perfecto 60, and by 6, and smoking it, it got bitter about halfway, and it was in a Habano wrapper. So, like, man, I think it has some bones to it. So shit, we started halfway and said, all right. So at the time you had the Liga Privada pig out there that was really doing well. There weren't a ton of pigs out there. I think Foundation may have had theirs out there by the time. But what we said is like, man, we looked at price points of that specific vitola size, and we were like, all right, man, what can we do with this size, and how can we penetrate the market and not be in competition of others? Man, the Liga Pig is phenomenal, and how I describe our pig to their pig is, man, we're the Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan.
Oh, dang. Damn.
Okay. Nice. I really like that you guys you and I guess your team get really adventurous with those things, because I feel like, I mean, you know, like you found something you were like, I like the first half, so then you were like, let's try it in something else. You know, that shows that you're really passionate about your blends, and you really try to make them work in some way or some capacity.
Yeah, Randall. So, and you guys may have seen or know, we're a company that, for the most part, we don't do a bunch of different sizes of a blend when we put it out. There's a couple that we have multiple sizes, but for the most part, foundationally, we put the work in, and we want to give the experience with a particular vitola size for the consumer and for the customer. So we're not trying to give you a Robusto, a Toro, a Gordo, and then a Lancero and say, hey, pick which one you like, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. That has worked in our industry for years. But for us, we have a different mentality when we approach things like that. We go through that process, and we want to offer the best experience based on what we know and how we go about putting tobacco together in a cigar.
Right on.
Really cool.
2 questions. The first one is about this Winchester cigar, because it's the second time that X-Rated brings it up. What's that all about? And then my question is, segueing or piggybacking off what you just said about the Vitolas, how many trial and error do you go through, for every blend to get to the profile that you want on that specific Vitola you put on the market? I don't mind.
Man, so I'll start with the second one first, Hugo, because that one needs to go first. So it all starts out with smoking individual leaves and understanding the stock of tobacco and where it's at and that sort of thing. And then we start putting things together. What works with this, and even inside of that, you go. Let's add a half a leaf of this, or let's add something of that, or what have you. Even inside of our toes, but it starts with smoking individual leaves, and I think for understanding that's to grab profiles, right? This specific tobacco. Reintroduce yourself when the blending process happens, and then upon putting them together, then you start to build. But in building a cigar, why are we sitting here doing this? We're man, I have a real passion about not just making cigars because I can. There has to be some reasoning around what we're doing. And a lot of times those reasons around a blending session could be because we're celebrating something, or it could be an event that's going on. We don't specifically say, okay, we know PCA is in March. Let's start blending a cigar so it can be ready. If that's not a thing, it's not a thing. So for instance, what we're going to introduce to PCA, we made in May because we were blending. So the thought process with that lives in energy and respecting the opportunity to have the ability to make cigars. And then with that, we see how the tobacco behaves, how it matures, how it likes being alongside of the rest of the components of the tobacco. We have blends that we never release because after 100 days, 120 days, it didn't like where it was at in this mature state. So we're not going to introduce that to the community. So that's kind of how we approach that. The Winchester is a personal project. The owner of 49 Cigars, Garland Moore, has become a very close friend of mine. And this was a blend that we worked on together that was one that was uncomfortable. So I like to blend with our guys in the factory in a specific way, but Garland came down to Esteli to be a part of the process. So it was new to blend with someone who is from a perspective of looking to release this in their lounge. So Hugo, it had an energy already for it. So we did that. Was extremely happy with how the process worked. He fit into what we do and the nuances of making a cigar. And we came up with what is known as the Winchester. And as a tip of the cap to the San Antonio community, I was able to work with my manufacturer who creates all my bands. So the band will be a black and silver definition band around it to pay ode to the San Antonio Spurs and San Antonio community there. So yeah, really cool project. 6x52. We used it's a San Andreas, but you guys know that there's levels to San Andreas tobacco. This particular leaf was one that is beautiful, and it paired well with the rest of the blend. So yeah, excited about the Winchester, and it releases on Friday. They're doing something. Frank, you may know, at a place called The Study in San Antonio on Friday, and then we're doing a full event on Saturday where I'll be in attendance.
Nice. Hopefully, I get a chance to go out there.
Yeah, hope so.
Oh yeah.
How far across the country does Definition Cigars span? I know you're in North Carolina. I've seen them in the shops. You're obviously probably in Texas. You're out towards the West Coast. How far out do you guys kind of spur out now?
Yeah, west to east. As far west on the West Coast as the state of Washington, Nevada, California was a cool market for us based on decisions by their state government. I decided to pull out from California. There's some
UTL.
Yeah, exactly, Stephen. There's some. It's kind of weird there's still some stuff going on, but and then the East Coast, obviously Randall, we're heavy on up to New Hampshire and all the way down to Florida. So yeah, man, Definition can be found in a lot of places, and if you can't find them, just let me know.
So what's the most interesting place that has tagged you that you're like, man, I didn't even know, Definition went out there, or someone, took a definition or sent a definition somewhere?
Yeah. So at where we find ourselves now, and instead of trying to beating down every cigar shop and lounge in the country, I've strategically worked with distribution partners to continue to get the cigars out there. I had a friend of mine's dad went to Jamaica, and he was on the beach or somewhere close to the beach, and some guys are selling cigars. Had a cigar shop. They're trying to get tourists to come over, and hey, we got cigars X, Y, and Z. And he's smoking a Definition, obviously, because he's family. And the guy looks at him and says, "Oh, you like Definition? We have those too. I've never sold to anybody in Jamaica."
Oh, shit.
So yeah. That's one story. I had another story. A guy 2 weeks ago came to America, gave us a call, and said that he had 3 friends that he had smoked Definition cigars with, and when he came to America, they told him he had to get some to bring back. He said, I was in Israel and they were available in Israel. Don't know how. He said, but we absolutely love them. So those are two cool stories.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
I can see them being liked in the East Coast, or not in the East Coast, in that, what is that, the Middle East or whatever?
Yes.
Because the blend for me, this one is specifically, I've smoked your Cameroon and your Equalizer, but this one in particular tends to have a very floral herbal finish for me, and it kind of reminds me like of like those kind of herbs that they use.
Yeah, right. Sisha. Yeah. The big hookah over there. Yeah. Now I can see that, Hugo. Yeah. Wow. I like that.
For sure.
I'm gonna have to smoke a prolific tomorrow, and yeah, that's really dope. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's not like annoying like the Istanbul
Sure,
cigar.
sure. Now I know what you're
Not at
talking
all.
about. Yeah, yeah,
but,
yeah.
but it's on the finish for sure. We got several very good questions here.
Okay.
This one's very important because it's about your grandfather. If you were to make a blend to honor Mr. James, what would you call it? What would the makeup be? And then from the same person, he's asking, do you have dreams about your blends, kind of like the Davidoff Oro, I'm assuming? And what blend took you the shortest to finish, and what blend was the longest to finish?
Man, you would think that a guy that makes cigars and as Stephen shared in the opening comments, that kind of attaches life experience to the brand. I've I've always shied away from that because I wouldn't want to fuck it up or not get it right. Like, unfortunately for me, the person that introduced me to cigar smoking and why I'm here in front of you guys, I never smoked a cigar with that person.
Ooh.
So I've always been hesitant to do that. So in my hesitancy, I don't know what I would call it. I don't know what it would look like, because he raised me, and that in itself, but never having a cigar with him, I'm on the fence of leaving that alone at present. The cigars that took the shortest to make and the longest. The shortest experience with blending a cigar, man, there is no such thing as short when it comes to cigars. So what I mean is, there's been times when I've had full belief in a blend. You let it rest, do what it does, pick it up in 30 days, start smoking it, and you go, no, that ain't it. There's been others that fall in that same timeline, 30 days. You knew that this was going to be something we can offer. So the short question, I think, is man, I can't say. I will answer this and say the cigar that we understood was going to be cool and was going to be what it was, and following the process in the shortest amount of time, is the walking stick. That cigar pronounced itself really early and was what it was. The longest was the Anillo. That tobacco made a turn towards the end, and it took longer in the process to really realize what that tobacco was going to be in that Vitola. I almost thought that a lot of money in tobacco had been wasted because it wouldn't be something that would be a definition cigar to introduce to the community, but it turned in a specific way, and man, the rest is history. So in understanding that first batch turning how it was, that's kind of how we protect that baby when we do put it out to retailers.
I think with a lot of, what I've taken away from you, Jamond, and what I think a lot of our listeners may take away as well, is I think whether you realize it or not, you're kind of a cigar smoker, where you really dive into the blends. You're not just like one and done. You check them again several months later. So you get the first SSSOA, which is the Cigar Scope. Well, CSSOA, Cigar Scope Seal of Approval. Yeah. So.
Who's Cigar Scope?
I
Oh
was about to say, who's
shoot!
Cigar Scope session?
All right. There's this guy who looks just like me, and sometimes I confuse myself for him. So Scope Session
Someone
Seal
may
of
have gotten
Approval.
banned on YouTube. Someone may have gotten banned on
Did he get
YouTube.
banned? I love that channel, dude. He got banned.
Double.
Damn, it's happening so frequently,
It is.
man.
Well, anyways, you got my seal of
Gosh.
approval, if that means anything.
Thank you, brother.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that, man.
So Scope Session Seal of Approval. If anything.
By the way, that was Randall's shameless plug to his new channel. So everybody go.
Very
And somehow or
shameless,
other, he still messed it up.
everybody.
Somehow he still messed it up.
Well, it's so new. It was between that and Cigar Listerine.
I voted Listerine.
Listerine smoker, dude.
Oh yeah, dude.
Real
yeah.
quick, I want to real quick. I just want to make sure that everyone puts that hashtag
Hell yeah.
DC giveaway.
Caps don't matter.
So just like you see in the screen, the caps don't matter. Capitals don't matter. But
You can't let it go.
I know, right? So we have 30 people on, and we only have 23 entries. So guys, get your entries in. Definition cigars are amazing, and you'll definitely enjoy them.
Yeah.
And there was a question that someone asked if LCC carries them luxury.
Mhm.
Yes, they do. Luxury.
Yes, they do.
Luxury Cigar carries them.
A lot of
Yes, they
lines.
do.
Yep.
Yes, they
They
do.
have a lot. Yeah, they have a lot of them. So I had a question. What was the reason? Like on some of these, I see that you have them in boxes of 30, 20, 30.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because like the walking stick, I see it's a box of 30.
Yeah.
It's a Lancero, right? That's a Lancero?
Yeah, it's a Lancero.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's my jam
yeah.
there.
Also, the Gen 413 is also in a box of 30, 20 and 30.
Yep. So the Lancero's in 30.
And Lancero, yeah, that's right. Sorry, the Lancero, yeah.
Why? Because it's a smaller Vitola, or what's the
Yeah.
significance?
Man, yeah. Great question, Frank, and follow up, Hugo. I'm a Lancero. That I'm in love with the Vitola in itself, and what we do at Definition, and loving Lanceros. One of the things that always used to rattle me or make me look differently is in that 7x37, you have some plug-in, and you can even have some performance issues, and it's a result of complacency and rolling that particular Vitola, doing a 37. It's you have some room there when you're talking about a Toro or a 50, 52, 54, 56, whatever it is. But when you're talking about a 37, you got to be on your shit consistently.
Mhm.
So our thought process was we're going to go up a hair to 42. So all of ours are 7x42, Grand Corona, whatever you want, the industry labels that we put on stuff sometimes. But for me, it was about making sure that the experience for the smoker is one that is going to be good. You're not going to have those issues. Going up to a 42 and that 7-inch length Vitola, man, creates so many opportunities of a better experience for the consumer. So in doing so, we kind of said in a box form, we're going to give you 30 of them because we believe that the experience in our Lanceros, if you liked it, we're going to be able to replicate that. So it's kind of our belief in us.
Nice.
There was also a question, I guess, because of the fact that you were doing the one for 4.9 with the black and silver. Any chance you might do a 7.5 a Lancero for Wemby and kind of do like a little alien? I mean, I'm just
Yeah, I mean that is super dope. Yeah, who knows? That would be very cool. Yeah, I mean,
Hey, make sure you run it through Hunter first, though, because Hunter's got those weird ass fucking bands on his cigars.
Aliens,
Yeah, he's got fucking aliens and fucking unborn embryos and
but
all
if you do like
kinds of
if you do
shit,
like a
dude.
green band, like a alien green band, I mean, you kind of can bypass the Sir Louis alien stuff.
Sure. Yeah. They're my people up there. Love hunting them.
For sure, man. He's a fucking freak. That's what he is.
Yeah, that dude's creative.
Fully dude. Frank, you want to take one more question or you want to run the giveaway?
I say we take one more question.
I have one more before we. So, been kind of processing what you're saying about kind of not doing a cigar just to do a cigar, and not just because you can. And I think I want to hear your perspective about and the story of Gen 413.
Nice.
Yeah,
Because I know that's a meaningful one.
Yeah. November 10th, 2022, I lost my best friend, my mom. And in going through that process is something that's unimaginable. The only therapy that was applicable was tobacco for me.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I attempted to try to replicate who she was and how she was and that sort of thing through tobacco, so that she would always live for me through that blend profile. So went to work on it. At the time, we made this cigar at Luciano Moreles's factory, worked with him on it. And we spent a couple weeks in Nestali, and we talked and we wrote stuff down, and we really went in terms of specifics of tobacco we were going to use and how we were going to use it and that sort of thing. And we created this line inside the Definition, or this series of cigars inside the Definition line, called the Gen 413, to honor her being here. But it was twofold. It's named after her, but the genesis, in addition, was one of working anew outside of typical Definition energy with the Luciano Cigars team. So that was a cool experience to do that, and I grew from that blending experience as well. But yeah, that cigar will be one that is emotional and true why when you talk about tobacco and that's why I may smoke one or so or 20 in a week to stay close to it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. So
Beautiful.
first of all, sorry for your loss. I know that
Definitely
feeling.
sorry.
I lost my mom about like 10 years ago. Actually, this year was 10 years. And
Man.
it still doesn't get easy, man. It's still not easy. It's still, any memory triggers, and man, it's just
Sure.
so definitely that's a beautiful tribute, to have, and it's a beautiful story behind that cigar.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, thank you for the question, Steven.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
All right, if y'all want to run the giveaway?
Run it.
All right, let me see if I can
You
remember how
have
to
to
do
be
this.
present. Put
Gotta
your
be present to
hashtags in.
win.
You have to be present.
Continental US.
Continental
And somebody who
US.
hasn't
So-
won in the last month, right?
Yeah.
Jamon, I
Sorry-
did while
sorry,
we're
guys.
running this, I did see a question about, are you in Rhode Island at all on the East Coast? Are you in Rhode Island? Somebody said you need to get up in Rhode Island. They want to try your cigars.
Yeah, need to. Oof.
It's a small one. It's a small state.
Yeah, there was a singular lounge that did carry the brand in Rhode Island, and it did well. I spoke to the owner just about a month ago. He said he needed to reorder, but there is a lounge there. I'm sorry. Um, if you're listening, I can't reel it off. I can't.
Oh,
But
no,
yeah,
you're good.
singular.
Okay.
All right, so
Boom.
here we are. The giveaway. We
29
have
people.
29 participants. That's awesome.
Woo.
All right, 33 people, 29. I'll take it.
Well,
All right, guys,
I'm one of the 33 because I have it up on a separate tab.
Oh yeah, me
So-
too.
Remember what we said.
Yeah,
Well,
don't forget.
yeah, but yeah,
He didn't participate.
I didn't participate. I just have. I like to see the numbers come in.
Oh, okay.
So we got
Alright.
free spaces here.
All right, guys. So go ahead and do the drawing. Good luck to everyone, and you got to be present. We're gonna give you a minute to respond.
Ooh, generous.
And, here we
Hope
go.
somebody from Rhode
Man,
Island.
strict, bro. Drum
Or
roll,
do, or do we do more
please.
time than 1 minute?
No, drum roll, please.
I know Ugo's little hard eyes came up when Jamon was talking about the love for Lanceros.
Elite 61,
6160.
Someone new.
Ooh, Elite, where you
Someone
at,
new
bro?
for sure.
Nice. Someone
Be
new.
present. Say you're here.
Yeah, you got a minute to say you're here.
Elite
All right.
6160.
You love to
Yeah.
see new names pop up.
Yeah, I do. I like that. Oh,
It's-
they're
There we
here.
go.
They're here.
Nice.
Here.
Yay.
They're
Congrats.
here?
Yep, that's
They're
wonderful.
here.
Congratulations.
They-
You're gonna enjoy
Dope.
They
Here.
are.
Awesome.
Nice.
So
Very nice. Congratulations.
Get with either of us on our Instagram or the Stogie Society podcast Instagram and give us your information, and we'll pass it on to Jamon, and he will send
Yeah.
you the cigars. Or
Absolutely.
yeah. 'Cause we'll do that.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, and got a question here from Park Eaton. He's saying,
Okay.
going back to your I guess mythology of just having one Vitola, would you consider
Yeah.
working with other Vitolas in a specific blend? And if so, what would that be? In the future.
Yeah, sure, Hugo. And Park
Eaton.
Park Eaton.
Park Eaton 49. Yeah, we're doing some of that now, specifically coming up on some really cool milestones as far as a company and being around. I'll tell you, our 10-year anniversary, which is a couple years from now, but we will be doing a blend that we've started toying with. That is an existing blend for the company that's been around. But yeah, we're starting to do a little bit of that now. You know, we've had fun with new tobacco and doing some really cool stuff there. But as you mentioned, there's some cigars out there that people really attach to and being what's their definition of a cigar from us. So we're gonna lean into that a little bit in the coming years and do some of that stuff. But make sure we're gonna make sure that it's dope and that it fits.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Is there any tobacco you've never worked with, or you just don't work with because you just can't get the blend to work with your specific vibes with what you're trying to do? Or just real quick, is there anything like that?
Yeah, we've done some stuff with Dominican tobacco and still working through some of it. Just for me, we got to get it right. I've never been just a huge fan organically of Dominican tobacco. Not that there's anything wrong with it; it just doesn't hit me. But one of my top 3 cigars ever is the Ashton ESG, which is Dominican tobacco. So for me, it's just got to be blended, or has to hit in a certain way. Not that I'm opposed to the tobacco, but garden variety, I'm not a fan. But done specifically, again, as I said, that's it's in my top 3. I absolutely love that blend, specifically in the Bellicoso size. Just enjoy it very much. So we're going to try to do something. And Randall, we've been playing with it, but it just hasn't hasn't hit right.
Nice.
What am I working on here? 919.
Oof, 919 Habano.
It's beautiful.
Man, that Habano wrapper has that. It's so hard to find Rosario now, but that wrapper has that reddish tint to it, and just cool. And I purposefully sent you guys random shit. I don't think nobody has the same pack.
No, it was super cool.
Yeah. I was purposeful in doing that.
So the 919 is a light blue band, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that because of UNC or no?
No. Hey, it's funny. So Randall, I hear that's like the area code.
Yeah.
There, you got the band color. Man, September 19th is my birthday.
Okay.
And that cigar was never supposed to be released, ever. I made short batch. I made 300 Vitolas for my birthday party. And you came to the birthday party, smoke, whoop-de-whoop. But it was always supposed to be a personal blend. But I so happened to invite people to my birthday and share this cigar with them, and they got to talking, and this happened and that happened, and I released it. And the band color that I chose was, for whatever reason, my mom painted my room that baby blue or that sky blue, their color. And I remember like when I first knew I had a birthday, like when you're a kid and for like you it's just people like for my kids, when we used to have a birthday party for my kids when they were 2 or 3, it was really for us adults to come together. Like, you bring your kid over, I'm gonna pull out the grill, we're gonna get into this whiskey, and we're gonna smoke cigars. Like this birthday was for us. It's not for the kids. Yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate you that you brought a gift for my little girl, but I don't give a fuck. Like, man, I'm glad that you're here. You know what I mean? We're gonna sit around and smoke cigars. So
yes,
my point is when I finally knew I had a birthday, my room was the similar color of the band. So going back to my story, there's everything's intentional and it has attachments, but that's why that particular color was chosen for the 919. But Randall, it worked out like a motherfucker, though.
It did. Yeah, I had to ask because I saw Steven pull that out. I was like, 919, hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
1 second.
Right.
Yeah. Yo, Jay, are you sure you're not Mexican, man? That's what we do here in the fucking
man.
Like,
hey,
our birthday parties, if there's not like there's more alcohol than
Capri
sodas
Suns
and water
and cake.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly,
bro. Go
Hell
ahead,
yeah,
go ahead,
I
Frank.
don't know. No. That was it. I mean, we had more alcohol. Every person brought a case of beer or a bottle of
I'm telling you.
like.
And you come to a 3-year-old's birthday party. Like, man.
Man, the only person that I know that definitely wants to have a birthday party for a kid, like a kid birthday party, is my wife. And I just got married, and I'm like, look, listen, there's gonna be a birthday party here, but it's not really gonna be a kid's birthday party. It's gonna be
Right.
And she's like, well, why do they say it's a kid's birthday party? I'm like, well, because it is to celebrate their birthday, but at the end of the day, it's like,
Yeah.
we're gonna get all
really,
drunk.
yeah, we're getting, man.
That's
man,
funny,
I'll share a story with you guys real quick, man. We had one of those type of parties, and man, I'd had a little bit too much to drink, and at the time I was married, and I told my ex-wife, man, we used to have some epic kids' birthday party adult bashes. So
Sure.
man, at this point, I'm not feeling so well, right? And they bring me to the bathroom, whatever, Hugo, and I tell my ex-wife, I say, go get my background singers. And she's like, what are you talking about? Right? I was like, yeah, my back singers. And she says, who's your background singers? And I say, Destiny's Child.
Whoa. Duh.
Right. But yeah, we used to enjoy the kids. We used to enjoy the kids. No kids were harmed at any birthday party for anybody listening. I don't want to think we were very responsible. The mothers were there, but the guys were enjoying cigars and whiskey.
The only three words a kid hears at their birthday party is "Y'all go play." Y'all go play.
Absolutely.
Hey, wait for
Y'all
the grill.
go play.
Yeah. Y'all go play. We're over here at the grill and the cooler. Y'all stay over
100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember I used to go and try to drink my dad's drink or something, and they're like, no. I'm like, oh, what? It has Coke in there. No, it doesn't. Nope, no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Even at the birthday party, they were the cooler runners. Hey,
For sure.
go get me a drink out of the cooler.
That's
right. Yeah, I got my my hand verbally slapped at our last birthday party for the kiddo, and I have a separate area that's fenced off around the pool, and that's where the barbecue is. And
right.
So yeah, I'm gonna set up a little cigar lounge area, kind of by the barbecue area. And that way, there's like a physical divide.
Sure.
Kids are gonna stay on one side, and she looked at me and she's like, "This isn't for you." I was like, but what do you mean it's not for me? It's always for me.
I'm convinced kids wouldn't have birthday parties if there wasn't a section off for the adults.
I'm telling you, man. Like, hey, don't go over there. Like when my kids, and it was a different time and place. You know, we all navigate what we have to, but we would just go into a portion of the yard, and kids knew not to come down there unless you were asked to come down there. You know what I mean? Like, we were having cigars and we're drinking and maybe playing some cards or whatever. But those were adult conversations that were going on, adult things happen, and barriers and things like that. But nothing wrong with it nowadays. But it's just a little bit different. It's a little bit different.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I think at least here locally and with our friends group, the cigar thing tends to be somehow less socially acceptable, but the alcohol thing somehow isn't. And,
Absolutely.
And I've got a pretty substantial home bar and whiskey collection.
Sure.
So folks come over, and I'm like, all right, shouldn't want the smoking setup over there, but everybody's still going to congregate at my bar, and so that's
that's okay.
That's sometimes okay. The little man comes up and he sees everybody, drinking, hanging out, and
right.
Dada, can I have a drink? You're like, yeah, buddy, what you want? I want a water. And you're like, all right, I'm gonna mix you up a water.
Right
Let's go.
on. Yeah. He's a part now. He's committed. Man, I had a buddy that just visited California, probably about a couple years ago, something like that. He tells a story. He's somewhere next to a beach or whatever, and he's having a cigar, and man, they have him put it out. Like, no, you cannot smoke that cigar here. And he's like, those dudes on the bench are smoking marijuana. Like,
Right.
That's okay. That
It's
cigar
legal.
is not. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then Steven's got a
Yeah.
whole cul-de-sac smoking cigars.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of that. I had some folks over, and my neighbor he and I have bonded over whiskey, and he's really into wine, and he collects wine, and he knows a substantial amount about Scotch whiskey, especially.
Okay.
And so he and I have done some home tastings. He'll bring some expensive bottle, I'll bring some expensive bottle, and we'll share and do a tasting. And that typically will leave us hanging out and drinking at the end of an evening. So I grab my cigar usually and then ask him, of course, as a courtesy, what would you like? And, at the beginning, he would say, oh, yeah, something small, give me a little cigarillo.
Sure. Yeah.
And I told him, I said, every time we do this, you're going to get a slightly larger cigar, just so you know.
Yeah.
And so
Baby
the
steps.
first time, bring him small, standard, machine-rolled cigarillo.
Yeah.
Next time, we kind of move into small format short filler.
Yeah.
Did that a couple of times, a couple different blends. Then a few times ago, we started getting into small format long filler. And then this weekend, he looks me right in the eye and he says, "Can I have a Lancero?" I was like, "Motherfucker, yes, you can.
Nice.
Let's go.
We got one.
and
he's been raised right. And
he starts smoking the thing, and I watch his face change, and he's still in the old kind of mental state about it. And he says,
correct.
He says, I'm not a cigar smoker, but this is so good. And I was like, brother, we've smoked a dozen cigars together. I'm pretty sure you're a cigar smoker. You just asked me for a Lancero.
You just don't
Most
identify
folks
yet.
don't know what that is.
Yeah. Right.
Welcome.
Correct.
You have arrived.
Yes. You are a part of us.
Yeah.
And sorry for the light, guys. There's a motion thing in my warehouse. Sorry for that. It gets
Oh, no,
brightened
you're
up.
good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I just want to show that I think Jimbo had a concern about the band being stuck to the cigar. So this one slid right off.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
actually wearing it as a ring. And
Yeah.
I don't think I've had any issues with any of your bands, even the ones that I've
Yeah, Jimbo. I would tell you it is it's an imperfect science. We have put a lot of effort, time into ensuring that the experience is right. The one thing I would offer you is not trying to take the band off before you start smoking the cigar.
Yeah.
The band tends to when you start smoking it and the tobacco, you have combustion going through the tobacco, and the tobacco kind of softens up a little bit. The band is easier to remove then. If you are removing our particular band at the beginning of the point of smoking, it may do something that may not fit what you like. But for the most part, we have put the time and effort into ensuring that the experience is what it is. And I will tell you, we even had a forum here at my warehouse where we took paper bands and did different things with them from experience of smoking them and then taking the band off before smoking to gauge where we were at as a company. And we aren't far off in our little testing from what typically happens with paper bands. There are paper bands that um, ours, we've had instances that will take a piece of the wrapper off and removing it. But we have found in our own personal testing of removing a paper band to take off a substantially larger amount of tobacco from the cigar than ours do. So just something to offer.
And I've not had that issue with any of the definition bands. I think just kind of as a general tip, I love the recommendation to just wait, because that warmth from the cigar that's burning will certainly loosen any of that glue that might have adhered. But I always remind folks, pay attention to the direction of the wrap on the cigar.
Correct.
And if you're giving it, if it's say the burn is getting right there and you're giving it a wiggle and it's firm, make sure that when you turn it, just give it a slight turn in the same direction as the wrap. Don't turn against it. You'll tear the wrapper. If you go with the direction of the wrapper, it usually comes free, no problem.
Great point, Steve. And a lot of times, Stephen, people want to take it off as its full band.
Mm-hmm.
But for the folks that are listening, you can also take that band off in some instances in the same way that you take off a paper band, unless you want to wear it or that sort of thing. Exactly, Frank. You can just pull it back. But
yep, no issue
Jimbo,
there.
Jimbo Dog says, how are they put on? Same way, exact same way, brother.
Yeah,
exact same way. They're lined up in the factory, similar to maybe some videos, or if you've ever visited a factory and saw the process of putting a cigar band on, ours are done the same way.
Yeah, and there's very little adhesive on here actually.
Very little
at the end of the outer edge of it. So yeah, no issue there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's always the thing, because sometimes when you take off the band, you mess up the wrapper, the binder, and then that's it. Unless you have some good cigar glue, then you can plug up that escape for the draw.
Right. But Hugo, who really wants to do that? Like, man.
I mean, that's true. I mean, for us, like, if we're doing a review, obviously we want to finish a cigar.
Sure.
And we want a quick fix. Like, I got some, homemade resin here from one of my buddies. We got the Sig stick also. So
yeah, it's applicable, especially for you guys. Yeah, you're 100% right. Yeah, it's definitely applicable for you guys to give the cigar the experience. Shit happens, right?
Yeah.
But the person that goes in and for today, they may have allocated $13 for smoking, right? It's that a gas at $3.50, whatever, man. Hey man, I got $13 to get a cigar. I chose a Definition, and I pulled the band off, and it tore the wrapper. Well, man, I don't like that for you, but as Steven said, these are some tips.
Yeah, Work Hard, Play Hard has got the right idea here. For sure.
Hey, I'm starting to read. I don't know if these cool comments have been coming up the whole time, but I've been kind of looking at you guys. But just work hard, play hard. That's funny.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, there's been some chat about some tortas. There's all kinds of stuff in our live chat.
Yeah, that's what makes it nice, man. Having a
nice,
live,
bro. That is, I'm not separating person. Nice. That is it. That is it.
Oh yeah, Coach here says he wears it for a few and then he hands it off to his wife, puts it on her finger. She loves it.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hey man, one of the coolest stories. I had a wife. They were getting ready to get married, and they both apparently were cigar smokers. And in their process, in their marriage process, they got married with Definition cigar bands. Obviously, they got rings and shit like that, but for the sake of the ceremony, they use bands for their nuptials, man, which is
Man, that's cool.
as fuck.
Okay, so
That
I
is cool.
got to bring up this comment because it made me laugh.
I saw your face just now, Frank. Like I saw you. I didn't know if you got smoke in your eyes or what.
No, my wife calls it the Winky Garter.
Nice.
Hey, if it fits in your Winky, bro, I mean that's.
I've yet to see a definition
hopefully-
cigar fit mine, so
Hopefully
Man,
it's like
hey,
the-
Randall,
the-
And Randall does custom.
Yeah.
Pause.
yeah,
Pause. No Diddy shit, Randall.
I had to. Sorry.
Oh man, this starts
Yeah,
happening
if
as we
we
start
You
winding
get
down.
those asylum sizes, maybe, but I don't know.
Hey, Frank, we got a 60. Maybe somebody's working with a little bit of something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm telling you, listen, hopefully it's a 60, not a walking stick or a
Right.
lancero, because
Or a pig. Yeah.
Well, a pig will be all right, right? But
Well,
the
that's a 60,
walking
but
stick.
Yeah, walking stick. Yeah, no.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Where did we get off?
we went late night cigars
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah,
I'm
after
sorry.
dark.
Yeah, this is probably some shit for y'all's Discord. Yeah, y'all.
100%.
Hey, I'm the Discord invitation guy. Like,
Yes. Mm.
Man, that's
This phenomenal
funny.
cigar. Fuck, this is.
Yo,
I've smoked this before. This is a great cigar.
Thank you. Yeah. Hey, Coach Andre, I know, man. So in the retail side of the office is motion driven. So the backlights, every time I move or do something, it'll get bright. When I stay still, it'll dim. So sorry about that, brother.
for
It
sure.
looks like when they like Jesus is coming out, like with the,
Oh,
with the
shit.
white light. You're like, hey,
Man, hey, Frank, if that's happening, a stream of lightning is soon to follow. Then
Coach actually had a comment about looking forward to the 10th and 20th. Is that something that's coming up?
yeah, man. Hugo, when we get to 20 years, it's going to be something awesome. When we get to 10 years, I know it may be hard for Steven being in Cali. Hugo, where are you at?
He's in Cali, as well.
Mm-hmm.
You're in Cali as well. Yeah. We're going to do a party, a 10th year anniversary party here in Dallas to celebrate doing this thing for 10 years. God willing, we get there. So it's going to be cool. So Frank, you'll definitely have to make the short drive up 35
hell yeah.
and come be with us. Randall, I just drove to California. I mean, to North Carolina, it's 15 hours. So you seem like you can get your guy that you can fire up 3 cigars and you'll be here.
Oh, yeah.
Easy peasy.
Definitely. He's indulgent. He'll probably smoke a whole box on the
I was
way
gonna
over.
say 3 cigars in 15 hours. That seems like a little low. I need a little bit more than that. But
Yeah, but all jokes aside, we'll put out invitations to the folks who have helped us get to 10 years. Obviously, this experience I have with you guys, we'll make sure of that. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. But obviously,
Awesome.
we got more work to do to get there and sustain to get to 10 years. But that is that's the hope and the goal.
That's awesome.
nice.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Nice. Well, does anybody else have any questions for Jay in the chat? We're pretty much coming up to the end of our episode here. So if you have any last minute questions, speak your mind or forever hold your peace.
I'm just gonna say one last comment. That's the best Connecticut I've had in a while.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
'Cause I'm
awesome,
very
Randall.
I'm very into the other one you sent me. What's the one with the white band that's a box press Salomonas?
Yes, that's called the goods.
Okay, so the
Because-
good, that's the perfect one to send me. And I wanted to smoke it tonight, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna review that one. I'm gonna do something else with that one. But
Okay.
yeah, so I went with the Connecticut, and then I was like, oh man, this is really good. I'm glad I went with that one
Dope.
tonight.
Good. Yeah, man. Thank you, man, for the words. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I definitely I brought my safety definitions, which I have.
Yeah,
prior
we
experience
you know,
with.
Steven,
And,
all right, man, we sat and talked and smoked. Yes. Yes. Apply
Yeah.
to the man bag. Yes.
Yeah, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna trust this man's palate because I already do, and I'm gonna smoke what he sent, and I'm so happy. These both were
Yeah,
phenomenal cigars.
awesome, man. Good. Frank, you already probably know you're down there in San Antonio. The cigars are down there in a bunch of different places. But what was your experience like tonight with the cigar that you smoked?
Oh man, I loved it. It had like a sweet note to it. It almost had like a cinnamon sweetness, like a very woody, which is one of my favorite notes. The burn was perfect on it. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I definitely will be picking up more of that one for sure. And I can't wait to smoke the other ones. I'm a big fan of like the Big Iron. Some people
Yeah,
had some stuff, but for me, it just hit every single note that I really like.
yeah. It's not for everybody.
No, it's not. But I mean, it was for me for sure. Like one of my buddies, Brian, he bought a bunch of them, and he gave me one the first time, and then I'm like, hey, if you don't like them, bring them my way. And sure enough, he gave me like whatever he had left. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
happy with it.
it's different. It is and it was intentionally meant to be different. So
But it's very
Nice.
good. I enjoyed it, and I've had good experience with the definition. Like the Nor Cameroon was one of my favorites. The Equalizer was another good one. That one was a little
Yeah.
strong, but it was good.
yes, yeah. It's got a little bit of work going on in there, but that's what that cigar was. But thank you, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Hugo, how about you? How was your experience tonight?
Listen, man. I've been at jury duty selection since yesterday. Today
You're just
yesterday-
getting home, bro?
So when well, remember I'm in Cali, so
It wasn't the OJ case, was it?
no,
Damn.
so-
It was.
so we're still, dude. They're still, I guess, interviewing the potential candidates for the jury. So today was like the long day. Yesterday was the first day we got to go like early, but today, like both sides were interviewing us, and we stayed till like 4:30. It's in downtown LA. It should take me.
It's
like,
his headache.
Yeah, man. Luckily, I have the fast pass to take the fast track home. But still, there's a little bit of traffic, so I was kind of like rushing. I wife had dinner made, so I had
Sure. Yeah.
I was setting up the studio here, and I smoked through the first half of your cigar in like 30 minutes. That's not normal for me. It's a 6x54.
He's a slow burner, dude.
Yeah, the second half I slowed it down. I was like, oh shit. I showed you guys the ash. It was like standing out like almost halfway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
You
I
needed
think
that cigar today.
I needed the cigar, and I smoked it a little bit fast for me. The draw is open characteristic. So and I got a fan over here, so it's going, man. It's going.
Yeah.
But yeah, I paid attention to the second half, and that's when I started picking up those notes. It's like herbal. It's got like this little spice here.
Sure.
And it was definitely a crescendo cigar for me, from what I remember. So definitely a cigar to revisit. I had an idea that we were gonna be on here for a while, so I picked the longer cigar you sent. The other one is, I think, the pivot, right? It's the lighter green band.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
nice.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the shorter one. So I'll do the a review on that one. But yeah, I was surprised that I was like huffing and puffing, because I was just like trying to get shit set up here, and then I was like, oh shit, I'm just carelessly puffing away.
Indulgent.
Yeah.
Indulgent, bro.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah, no,
Steven's
I-
world.
yeah,
you
but
didn't try to sock check the judge and tell him you don't trust the popo.
exactly right.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm dismissed tomorrow, because they say she said that the case is supposed to spread over 3 weeks. So I'm like, I'm not gonna come over
Shit.
here for 3 weeks.
Show up in an NWA shirt. Boom.
Right. Yeah.
You're government, right?
Dude.
They'll pay you the whole thing, right? You
Yeah,
get
but
yeah.
I am, but I just don't like dealing with unless I'm going to King. That's the only time I would deal with downtown traffic, bro.
Yeah, it makes it worth it.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. But yeah, no, I really needed a cigar today, needed a drink, and in the second half of the cigar, I paid attention, so I enjoyed it.
Well, bro, like if anything that you got from having to be a part with with your team tonight, with your past 2 days, is why we all enjoy cigars and tobacco. It gave you an opportunity to slow the fuck down.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude. Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, and sometimes we don't have a guest. We just like kind of BS here, and it's a
Yeah,
great time,
yeah, sure.
so definitely unwind for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
I love Wednesdays now. Honestly, I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys, man, having me on, man. Man, me and Steven talked when I met him 2 years ago. Well, shit, Steven, it's going on 3 now.
Yeah.
We met in Vegas. And I've never been a huge fan of doing media because I didn't get into this to get cigar famous or anything like that.
Mhm.
Man, I'm a dude that comes into the lounge and I just want to smoke. Man,
Oh yeah.
hey, if you happen to be around, let's get to it, man. Let's talk. And man, tell me what you like about cigars, and I'll tell you what I like about cigars. So based on Steven and I meeting at the time that we did, I don't know if you guys have kind of followed the Definition trajectory, but when Steven and I met, we were in a 10 by 10 booth at PCA, and we had good traction, but we were shit. Me and Steven barely had a place to sit and talk and that sort of thing. And with God's blessing, the brand has been able to do some cool stuff now. So man, I'm just so fortunate that you guys had me on here to talk about the brand. And Steven, this March, hopefully you're able to pull up, my man,
I'll be there.
and come talk to me. And if not, man, at least have a cigar, bro.
Yeah, no, I'll be there. And I'm gonna kidnap Ugo, and then we'll
Yes.
see about these other 2. I think Frank.
Pull
you're
up.
coming.
Oh,
I think
y'all
I'm
pulling
gonna be
up for real as a squad. Okay,
We'll try.
man,
We'll
y'all
try.
got to bring the mics and everything. Yeah,
I have
man.
already booked my hotel, so I will be there.
Okay, I ain't booked my hotel yet, but I'm gonna be there. I done paid thousands of dollars for a fucking booth, so I will be there.
They know they got you. You paid up.
I'll be there. I'll be there for sure. But yeah, man, be dope to meet you fellas, man. Frank, man, I'm in 4-9 Saturday night, bro. You ain't got nothing with the family too tough, man. Stop in at least for 30 minutes, man. Come fuck with me.
Yeah, I might go by visit. I don't know how long I can be there, but I will definitely go by visit for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You ain't gotta, man, because they're celebrating their anniversary, so it'll be probably a little crazy in there. But man, if you can stop through, man, for at least a half a cigar, man. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Just meet one-on-one. That'll be dope.
Hell yeah, dude, for sure.
Damn, off the
All right,
chain.
cool.
Awesome. Well, I think that's a good note to end it on. Thank you, Jay, for coming on, and looking forward to having you back in the show. Looking forward to obviously meeting you for PCA 2027. Hopefully, as a squad, if we're all down there. And
hopefully,
yeah. Thanks for giving that giveaway for our viewers. I think a lot of the people here at least smoked 1 or 2 of your cigars, so that's cool. You got a lot of support, a lot of fans. And that's good.
Man, we was so I had a little bit of my team in here when we first started, and we was running concurrently with this on the Definition page on IG Live. So there was some traction going on there too. So
Nice.
hopefully you guys, man, get some guys or some people to dive into what you guys are doing for our industry, man. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate groups that put their stuff together, their podcast, their offering to our industry, to our community, and they do it with intention. They are organized. So I want to say thank you to you guys for having this organization around what you guys do. It's important. If no other person you had on the show has told you that, I'm sorry, but from a guy that's been on some stuff and man, it's not organized and you don't feel that your time is being valued, man. Thank you guys for that. That if you guys ever ask me to come on again, I'm going to come because I'm like, well, this ain't going to be a shit show. You know what I mean? So
we
appreciate you guys for that.
Bit, so.
Thank you.
Yeah, we definitely will have you back, man, for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, with that, we're gonna say good night. Hey, chat. Thanks for being active. Thanks for asking proactive questions and keeping the episode going. You guys are the ones that make it happen. All right. So next week, what do we got, guys? We got
Leo Nova?
Yeah.
Platinum Nova.
Okay.
Platinum Nova.
So we got Platinum Nova. For the people that are watching now and people that are gonna watch the replay, if you have a Platinum Nova, save it for next Wednesday. And
Luxury Cigar Club
has it. Yeah, you can use it for time 15. But if you don't have a Nova, just pull up with any cigar you have that you feel like smoking that night and come chat with us. All right. So with that, good night. Buenas noches. And
buenas noches.
See you guys next week. All right.
Hi, guys.
Later.